Hey, Onion here with Final Fantasy XIV. We're in the Shadowbringers questline, level 73, so still 5.0. And we should be going into our second dungeon now. Thanks for joining.
So, what is it that you desire? Rusty old coins like you mortals are wont to collect, perhaps?
We are resolved to vanquish the Light Warden of this land. To that end, we desire entry to Liegia.
What a strange thing to wish for. You might as well ask for your death. But if that is what you want, who are we to argue? Very well, I shall speak with the others.
You've clearly been busy, Oriange. Would you be so kind as to tell us what we've missed?
So that was the purpose of the gifts.
Is there anything you can tell us about this Light Warden?
I, my lady. By circumstances most tragic, the Light Warden of this land
is our king and ruler, Titania. It was not always so, of course. Our king fought the first Light Warden that threatened our home, you see. Fought it, and won. But all the horrible light that came out went and corrupted them, turning them into a new Light Warden. Now, they're king only in name. Naught remains of the wise and just ruler that used to be. We had no choice but to seal them in the castle. The magic for breaking the seal, we divided into 4, and wove each into a different relic, to be kept apart until the time was right. And this dress is one of them. It's been in our safekeeping for years and years, but we've decided to entrust it to you.
Are you sure?
Of course. Custom demands it. Though you're most certainly going to your deaths, we thought we should at least let you try. That way, we get to watch what happens. Of course, you can't break the seal unless you have the other relics too. The shell crown is with the Fuath, the stone scepter is with the Nu Mou, and the crystal shoes are with the Amaro. Good luck finding them all.
The facts thus disclosed confirm mine own understanding. Our quest lieth now before us. First, let us hie to the lake, there to claim the shell crown from the Fuath. If we call to them before the untouchable gate, they will answer. Hearken to me, O spirits of the water. We are come with an entreaty.
Not in a talkative mood, apparently.
I'm not exactly sure how the gate works. But if the Fuath are water spirits, perhaps we should take our search into the lake.
Oh, I suppose a brief dip wouldn't hurt.
We all know Thancred swims like an eel, but what about you, Minfilia?
I can swim well enough. Thancred taught me.
Excellent. What about you, Oriange? I'm not sure I've ever asked.
Rather than swim, mayhap it would be more expeditious to walk upon the surface by means of magic.
You too, Oriange. That you should be a kindred spirit. Worry not, my friend. I know some helpful tricks, and I should be more than happy to share them with you. Together, we shall conquer the waves.
Well, aren't we a lively lot? And you have an entreaty for us, you say? An entreaty from mortals, what a treat.
I, my comrades and I are on a quest to vanquish the Light Warden. To that end, we would humbly beg the loan of the shell crown, which we are given to understand is in the safekeeping of your people.
Oh. Is that all? Of course. You may have it. You shall have it. Just like that. What do you want from us? Oh ho ho, no need to be so suspicious. The crown simply doesn't mean much to us is all. As a matter of fact, nothing means much to us for we Fuath, it's over before it's begun, and we couldn't care less what becomes of the Fairy King, nor the world for that matter. Having said that, we do so seldom have mortal visitors, and it would seem a shame not to make the most of you. Touch the untouchable gate, and come hither to our domain, Dohn Mheg. In your tongue, it means Forbidden Realm. Sounds forbidding, yes. And so it should, for we are one with the water, our home wrought of ripples and waves and currents. Find your way through. Give us thrilling sport. And we will give you the crown?
Alright, again, we're using the trust. So you pick your party. Thancred's always going to be the Gunbreaker tank now. She can be a ninja, healer, red mage. Again, it's a way to level them up as well. There's achievements attached to it, but we're going to go with a party. And I'm going to go as a Reaper. Alright, one moment. 15-minute wait time, so I'm going to switch servers, see if I can get in a little quicker. As always, switching servers and data centers, now we're at 7-minute wait time, so it's worth it when you can.
Water is love, water is life. Drink up, ye parched souls. There will be no wilted flowers on my watch. Ah, our guests have arrived. It's the Fuath way to give guests a smashing welcome. Oh yeah, we'll smash you. To bits and pieces. It's the Fuath way to give guests a smashing welcome. Oh yes, we'll smash you. To bits and pieces. Bravo, bravo. Very impressive. You keep up that fine form the rest of the way. Onward, my friends. Onward to your prize.
Oh dear, I seem to have dropped a wasp nest. How very clumsy of me.
My apologies, but accidents do happen. Come and play in my beautiful garden.
Welcome. Welcome to our humble palace. Or, it's a fake. You'll just have to keep going.
Time for a musical interlude. Oh sweet melody, take phantasmic form. Bravo. For you, I will play a song of terror. Give me a crescendo. Give me a fortissimo.
Wilford! Wilford!
Bravo!
Amazing! Jolly good show.
Oh, you do not hold back. But I would have it no other way. Seldom have I enjoyed such sport.
We have satisfied thy demands. Will thou now satisfy ours?
Of course! Of course! There it is, the relic you seek. Yours for the taking. Have care you do not break it, though, yes. Ah, but you, my friend, you are mighty indeed, and pleasing to the eye besides.
More! I want to see more of her!
Yes! Yes! I could watch her forever!
Why don't we just make her one of us? Yes! One of us!
One of us! One of us! One of us!
One of us! One of us! One of us!
One of us! One of us! One of us!
What a fine idea! Why ever didn't I think of that? You may have the crown, but in exchange, we will have you!
Wake up! Wake up, damn you! Ah, you're alive. Thank the gods. I don't know where you learned to breathe underwater, but it's lucky you can. I'm sure you had your reasons. But the first rule of dealing with the Fuath is do not deal with the Fuath. It's said that they are born from the souls of the drowned. Were it not for your little trick, you'd have joined them. Your friends are safely back on dry land, in case you were wondering. They'll be searching for you, I expect. That's the royal capital of the Kingdom of Verbert down there. It's seen better days. They were a stubborn lot, the Verbertites. Set in their ways. But once you got to know them, you couldn't find a more welcoming people. It always froze over in winter, being up in the mountains. So we'd pull up our chairs round the fire and trade tales over steaming bowls of lamb stew, while the street lamps burned hot and bright outside. All dead and buried now. Them and anyone else who might remember. Everything we did. Everything we gave. What was it for? I wonder. I hope you'll have a better answer than this when all's said and done.
I'm going back in.
Nay, my lady. Exhausted as thou art, thou wouldst only endanger thyself. I prithee, rest a moment.
There was nothing where we looked. Onion.
Dear gods, were it not for Sorrelbond's blessing. But I need not labor the point. I am glad to see you safe and well, my friend.
Have you any idea how worried we were? To wash up on the shore, only to find you weren't with us. Oh, but I'm forgetting. Here's your crown, your majesty. The Fuath kept that part of the bargain, at least.
While there were certain twists and turns, our work here is done, with everyone none the worse for wetness. Oh. Thank goodness you're still here.
Sul Yuan. Is something amiss?
A great big mob of mortals is marching to Nu Mheg. Mortals with ugly weapons and uglier faces. They wouldn't happen to be your friends, would they? Rather the reverse, I fear. The Yulmoran army, at a guess. Meaning, we can play with them.
As much as you like. But just to be sure, I will return with you to confirm their identities. If they are who we suspect, we will require your aid.
If Alphino is coming, then Alize will be too, yes. Can't have one without the other, you know.
All right. Just remember, we're not your playmates this time.
I'm afraid we must leave the rest of the relic hunt in your hands. Perhaps. But I would feel better if we were there to assist you. Back to cheering you on from afar. See you afterwards, my friend.
With our enemies fast approaching, time is of the essence. We must needs accomplish our mission with all possible haste. Of the two remaining bearers of the relics, the Nu Mou are the nearer. We shall seek them out next. Among the Fey folk, they bear the distinction of having abided in these lands since before the flood. They are also the friendliest to men, and have served me faithfully whensoever I have called upon them. Indeed, they are the source of much of the knowledge I have acquired in my time here. The path leadeth past my dwellings. Let us away. Past yonder cliff lieth Plye, home of the Nu Mou. The others have gone ahead to scout the way. Come, let us follow. If the path striketh thee as precipitous, 'tis because it was once a mountain trail. For where the lake now lieth, there was a valley, in whose midst thrived the city of Vobert. 'Twas only when the Fuath came, in the wake of the flood, that the settlement was drowned. We stand now upon its former outskirts. Grazing lands where shepherds once tended their flocks. Though one cannot help but feel a pang of loss when faced with such a spectacle, one can scarcely blame the Fey folk for so altering the land. The blame for that lieth rightly with the Light, a force terrible enough to bring an entire civilization to its knees. An entire world. That it should have been allowed to rise up unchecked is the greater regret. Yet, in spite of all the tragedy which surroundeth me, full glad am I for the chance to be here. 'Twas these hands which brought together the warriors of darkness and Minfilia, lest thou forget. Therefore, even were there no Aethum brawl calamity to forestall, it seemeth only right that I strive to deliver the first from its doom. Only right, I say, though such words ill convey the strength of my resolve. In truth, I can no more ignore the plight of this world than I can choose to stop breathing. And thus do I labor, for those we have lost. For those we can yet save. The coming struggle promiseth to test us to our limits, but so long as we stand together, I doubt not but that we shall prevail.
Aha! Mortals, just as we thought.
Hast thou business with us?
Business. Ha! Nothing so boring. We smelled you coming, and thought we'd come to play.
They do not appear to be pixies of Lidl Iran. Mine apologies, but we are in some haste. Mayhap another day.
Oh, in some haste, are you? Then allow me to hasten you on your way. Tee-hee-hee.
Teleportation magic. For a mercy, we were not sent far from our course. Should the pixies find us again, however, they will most assuredly repeat the trick. We have not the time to waste. Let us avail ourselves of an enchantment I have learned. Fey Cloak, 'tis called, a most ingenious magic which rendereth one invisible to Fey folk, albeit briefly. I shall cast the enchantment upon thee. Under its aegis, thou art to make thy way past the pixies and rejoin our comrades. Know, however, that the enchantment shall suffice to veil thee in thee alone. Be not tempted to employ a mount, as it will only serve to give thy presence away.
I assumed you were right behind us. What took you so long? I see. Yes, I'd say that's a valid excuse for lateness. You are hereby forgiven. In other good news, the Nu Mou village lies just through here. We'll enter as soon as Orion J deigns to join us.
Mortals. Mortals are here. Lots of them.
I thought you said the Nu Mou were men's best friends. The poor thing was beside itself with fear.
It was beside itself, perhaps, but not with fear. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you. To have so many mortals appear at once. It's more excitement than we can bear. Greetings, Elderwood Inc., Tyre Nay. It hath been a while. Pray forgive my brevity, but time is against us. We are come to borrow the Stone Scepter of the Nu Mou. The Stone Scepter? Then, you mean to lift the seal over Liegia? That is unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you. If the king is set free, none here will be safe. Unlike our Fey cousins, we Nu Mou have called this land our home since time immemorial. Leaving is unthinkable. Thus did full many of us lay down our lives to seal away our king when they were corrupted by light. If we do as you ask, our sacrifice would have been in vain. Such discourtesy. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you. Honored elder, pray believe me when I say that this woman is possessed not only of the strength required to vanquish the king, but of something still more valuable, a means to resist the resultant corruption. Indeed, she hath already laid low the Light Warden of Lakeland, all without succumbing to the influence of its light. She is yet a stranger to this land, 'tis true, but she harboureth the selfsame desire to see the sin-eaters eliminated as we do. Wilt thou not lend us thy hand, that we might see thy beloved home restored to its former glory? You have always done right by us, Orianjay. If you have placed your faith in this woman, then so shall we. As you say, we want nothing more than to be rid of the sin-eaters. Be that as it may, this is not a decision to be made lightly. We require time to deliberate. A turn of the moon, perhaps.
We don't have a turn of the moon. Unless we want to debate this with the Yulmoran army.
Elder, given all that is at stake, I cannot well expect thee simply to roll over, and acquiesce to our request. But even now, a powerful foe draweth near, and I fear I must beseech thee to hasten thy deliberations, that thou mightst fetch us the scepter while there is yet time to use it. Roll over? Fetch? Ah. You know full well that naught gives us greater pleasure than to render aid to men. You know full well, yet you speak the words of power regardless? It's unfair. Unfair, I tell you. In happier times, it was our honor to assist mortals in need and receive rewards befitting our deeds. Since the kingdom of Vobert fell, however, we've been starved of man's patronage. After so many years of deprivation, it is difficult to ignore such an earnest entreaty. Very well, Oriange. I promise to give you as swift an answer as I may. In return, I ask that you and yours remain here the while, and bestow upon us your patronage. Is this arrangement agreeable? You will offer your patronage to our people too, yes? Let's see. Perhaps you can begin with Marn Osse. They are one of our foremost artisans, once held in the highest esteem by the Knights of Vobert. With the Knights gone, however, Marn Osse has had no opportunity to put their skills to use. They would be overjoyed for your patronage. $1,182, 1,183, 1,184. Wait, did I already count that leaf? Ooh-ah-ah. Who? What? Where? Wait, you're a mortal. Huzzah. Huzzah. Well met. Yes, very well met indeed. Have you old and tired arms and armor that are threatening to fall apart at critical junctures in battle? If you answered yes, you've come to the right Nu Mou. I will restore your equipment to pristine condition for a payment of a pair of moss fungus legs. Moss fungi roam just outside the cave. Please give their legs, and your patronage, to me. Ah, you are returned. And with the moss fungus legs, I hope, they are tools of my trade, lest you wonder, used to polish metal and leather alike to a lustrous sheen. Now that I have work again, I must replenish my stores. Huzzah! 2 moss fungus legs as befits the work. Ah, to have neither more nor less expected of us than what we can provide, there is no greater joy. You see, for there to be honor in a task, we must receive precisely what it is worth. Too little means you belittle our ability, too much means you question our integrity. You've given me fitting payment, so my services are at your disposal. I shall begin by inspecting your equipment. I see. Though I must ask for a small fee for the materials, I'm pleased to say that all your arms and armor may be restored. If you mean to change them in the near future, however, there's no need to hurry. My first repair is complimentary. Here's the coin which you may pay me with when you desire to have work done. Many thanks for your patronage.
Marnor's shop is open for business.
Oh, and if you mean to offer your patronage to another, may I suggest Wise Goof yonder? Judging from your equipment, 'tis plain you're no stranger to battle. I believe Wise Goof will have something to offer you. Ah, to have so many men visit us at once. This is a joyous day indeed. If it please you, please give me your patronage. As my patron, I ask that you remove the noxious mushrooms that grow in our cave. Flame Spores, they're called. We would tend to them with magics, except they leave behind a harmful ash. We've no choice but to pluck them one at a time. Now, you will be curious as to what I have to offer. I am a purveyor of wares that will aid you in your travels. In exchange for your fitting payment, I will give you my choicest items. You've already removed the Flame Spores? How very quick you are. Oh, but did you perchance search by the western entrance as well? I'm told that more have cropped up in that area.
Of the Flame Spores, you sense a gaze from the entrance.
I wasn't spying on you or anything. I've just finished my task, and I should go and report back.
Ah, you are returned. Have you dealt with the Flame Spores by the western entrance as well? Excellent. No more poisonous spores irritating our noses, for a little while at least. Oh dear, I believe I'm getting sentimental. Having a patron again, it reminds me of the old days. Fair every day, I would carry my wares to the castle to offer in exchange for men's patronage. Back then the castle wasn't called Liegia. The Vobertites built it, and they named it Gruen Licht. It was their last bastion in the struggle against Sin Eaters. And now they're gone, all of them. Nobles and knights and common folk alike. But enough reminiscing, I must give you what you've earned. And if you desire anything else I possess, I would be glad to offer them to you, for a fitting price, of course.
Wise Youth's shop is now open for business.
Now, will you be offering your patronage to anyone else? If so, would you consider with lad? They've been under the weather of late, and the chance to perform an honorable task would cheer them up. What? You would be my patron? But, I can't do anything for you. The lawless ones took my invisible ink, and without it I can't make my arcane wares. Who are the lawless ones? They're Nu Mou like us, except they've turned their backs on our values. Curs without honor, they are. They refuse to work, instead spending all their time cavorting and making a nuisance of themselves. It was when I was outside for a walk that they set upon me and robbed me of my possessions, the ink included. I was too weak to resist them, but you, mortal, you look quite strong. Do you think you could take my ink back from those villains? If you do this, I will consider it your patronage. And by way of my service, I will make you something very special.
Excuse me, Onion, but I couldn't help overhearing. If you mean to undertake this task, will you let me accompany you? I would learn from you, and help in what little way I can. Thank you so much.
The lawless ones make their lair to the south, inside a cave called Father Collard's Chambers. They took many vials of ink, and I would be grateful if you could bring as many back as possible.
Father Collard's chambers is through here. I peered inside, and sure enough, it was milling with Nu Mou. They looked none too friendly. If Thancred were here, he'd tell me to go about it quietly and quickly. Let us split up. I'll find all the ink I can and then come back outside. See you shortly, Onion.
Oh, thank goodness. There you are. Those Nu Mou were rather frightening. I'm glad you're safe. Thancred taught me, but I'm still a novice. The Minfilias before me battled Sin Eaters as part of the Yulmoran army. But that had all changed by the time I was found. They held me captive, so that I wouldn't follow in the others' footsteps. I'd still be in my cell now had Thancred not spirited me away. When he found me, I knew nothing of the world. I didn't know how to live, let alone fight. Thancred once told me that if the efforts to summon you failed, it would fall to me to face the Light Wardens. I realized then that it was the only reason he kept me close. As a contingency. The truth is, he can't stand to be around me. Because I'm not her. I'm not his Minfilia. Once, we journeyed to Nabatha together, to the place where the Oracle appeared and stayed the flood. As we drew near, I felt as though I was fading away. I shut my eyes and covered my ears, and then... I'm not sure what happened after that. I have a vague feeling that I said something to him. Only it wasn't me at all. It was her. Afterwards, Thancred didn't say a word. Only kept to himself and brooded. There's nothing I can do for him. Nothing I can offer but my presence, though it only reminds him of his loss. She should be the one to live on. That's why I tried to find you, because I knew that was what she wanted. But now that you're here, I'm not entirely sure what it was she intended me to do. Was I meant to tell you something, or bring you to someone, or somewhere? I can feel the answer at the edge of my mind, just out of reach. What is that?
Why? Why did you imprison us? Such boredom, such tedium have we suffered. It... Come and play with us.
It came from the castle. This is everything I have. Please see it delivered to the Nu Mou. I will bear word to Thancred and the others.
Mercy, Your Majesty. We had no choice. Please forgive us. Oh, it's you. My ink, were you able to retrieve it? Ah. Yes, this is the ink, and almost all of it too. When our king spoke to me, my day went from bad to worse, but thanks to you it's simply bad again. What? You had the vision too? Oh, woe is us. Ordinarily, when a living being turns into a sin eater, it loses everything about its mind that defined it. However, the king has retained some of their instincts. This manifests in the desire to play and be free. So strong is that desire, it often leaks through the seal to invade our consciousness. For a long time we've ignored it, but we can't do so forever. But forgive me, I was going to thank you for reuniting me with my ink. You did exactly as I asked, so I will give you the service I promised. Ahem. Nothing up my sleeve, and, voila. May it serve you well.
Alright, I know this one's getting a little long, so we're going to pause here. Finish up the last part of level 73 stuff, including the Dancing Plague. Primal. Alright, thanks for joining. See you in the next one.